really, and I just wanted to do it quickly. I wanted to do it, you know, I usually make really long videos because I just ramble, and I just wanted to get to the point very quickly. Basically, this was my cycle of abuse, okay, and it was trying constantly to sort of break free from it. I didn't know I was in a narcissistic relationship. I didn't know that my mother was a narcissist. That's the worst kind of person to have as a narcissist, your mother. Because of all people, the one person you really want to be able to depend on is your mum. And she was a narcissist and an alcoholic and all of this stuff, and I wasn't enough. That was it. No matter how much she would tell me, and she would love bomb me, she would do this, all this, you know, she would overcompensate. People would say I was a spoilt child, but I never felt spoilt. I felt, you know, I was never spoilt, really. You know, we were growing up poor, and I think that's why she overcompensated. She overcompensated for not being a very loving person. She overcompensated for her alcoholism. Her narcissism always kind of made it my fault. Everything was always my fault. And in the end, it came down to her, you know, admittance that she would rather have gotten an abortion than to have me. And that was a deep pain that I have had to deal with for so long in my life. And I didn't know where all of this hatred was coming from, because I was just trying to give out love. But then that's what you do. You give out love, you give out love, you give out love, you're getting hate back, and you're wondering why. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And this is what narcissists do. They feed off of you, and to have your mother being a narcissist feeding off of that is the most toxic relationship that you could possibly imagine. So basically, you know, and I want to keep this video really, really short, actually. There was a point, and I used my, I went to, you know, I was trying to do dancing and martial arts and all of this stuff, and, you know, I got ill. You know, I'm not going to go into that, but I got ill, and that was all they needed was to use that against me. That was their perfect, you know, when you look at it, it just drives you mad. It drives you crazy, because you know, it's like playing a game of chess in your mind, and every time you lose, all the time you never win, because you realise that they were just better at the game than you, because they were playing a game that you didn't even know you were playing. So basically, I ended up taking, this is the reason of the video, I ended up taking on the role of the abuser. I ended up taking steps, and once you cross that line, you can't really go back. The lines are blurred and they keep moving all the time, but, you know, I went from being a very loving person to being a very angry person. Then I went from being a very angry person to being a very violent person, and with my martial arts history, I became an abusive, violent person. And there was a moment when I looked at myself and I realised I had become the monster that she wanted me to be, and I had played right into her trap. Once you cross that line, once you become the abuser, you can't then just suddenly go back. You can do self-reflection, which is basically what I'm doing, is self-reflection, and going, you know, what happened was shit, but you reacted, you know, you went past the rationale, and that's what they want. They want you to be, they want to push you past that line so that they stop becoming the monster and you become the monster. Because that's what narcissists want. Because narcissists want validation. And they don't want validation from one person. They want validation from everyone. And the only way a narcissist can get validation from everyone is by making you the scapegoat. So they will push you and push you and push you and push you until you snap. And once you snap, that is all they need. That's the excuse they need. Then it's all on you. From then on, forget it. Okay, you've lost. So don't bother trying to clear your name, or don't bother trying to justify your actions. Don't bother trying to do anything. You've lost the game. They won the game, and they want the support of, they want that supply. They want the narcissistic supply, so that when they go out in the world, people will go, oh, poor you, what happened to you? And that's it, basically. So that's something that you will have to deal with. If you don't listen to these people who say, go and try on the narcissist's shoes for play their own game, beat them at their own game. No, that's what they want. They want you to play their game. They're better at it. It's their game. They make the rules. They always win. As soon as you as soon as you try to step foot into their game, you automatically lose. Okay? Don't bother playing it. As soon as you get a taste for winning, that's all they need to get you hooked. Okay? Once you're hooked on winning, they're gonna beat you. But you're gonna be hooked on winning, and you're gonna want that win. You're gonna want to win, right? And that is how they keep you addicted to the narcissistic supply that they need, right? But then if you're the target, if you're the victim, basically you're the target, okay, remember, you're not the supply they want. You're the tool that they'll use to get the supply they want. So they will destroy your life, right? So that everybody else around them will give them the narcissistic supply of going, oh, you poor thing, you're such a poor you. That is not where you want to be. Okay, where you want to be is when they instigate the game. Imagine chess. They move their piece, you walk away. You don't also move your piece, you just walk away. And it's hard to do, but they're going to move that piece. They're always going to try and trigger you. They're always going to try and maneuver you into doing it. Sometimes they will push you to the point where you have no alternative but to move. And then they've got you in the game, and once they've got you in the game, you're theirs. Forget it, you've already lost. So, and remember, even if you win, you've lost, because you've only become another piece of the game that they're playing, where they want the narcissistic supply, and then it becomes, hey, you see, you won that game, you can win the next one too, let's play another and another and another. But you'll lose consistently. But what they want is the engagement. They want the engagement, and they want the supply. That is what they are after. Okay, that and only that. And if destroying one person's life so they can get the sympathy and the supply, the narcissistic supply that they want from you, from the people around you and you, then that's it, basically. So I think 10 minutes is, for me, I think a quick video. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thanks.